Awesome. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on my review. The fact that you're willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to watch my content really does mean the world to me. You guys are awesome and I love you for it. So thank you so much. And today we're going to be talking about the new Netflix series, Medical Police. And so the show follows two doctors, Lola and Owen, and they've basically been recruited by this undercover government organization that not even the White House knows about to stop this worldwide virus that is going to be killing absolutely everyone. No one knows where this virus came from. They don't know how it was created. And so this becomes a mystery discovery sort of series where these two go on this adventure across the world trying to figure out who created this virus and how they can come up with a cure. And so of course the big draw for this series was the fact that it was a comedy. And I have to say that's a double-edged sword for this series in particular, because at times the humor was good and at other times it just was really bad and it didn't work in any way, shape or form. So as I said earlier, this is a very dry series. If you do not like dry humor, then I'm telling you right now, you are not going to enjoy this series. And if you do enjoy dry humor, then this is your series. This is your series. But I'm going to tell you this right now, that as I said, this series is based around humor, and so the humor never stops. It is jokes 24/7. As soon as one punchline is landed, another joke is set up and they deliver it. So there are jokes 24/7 non-stop, and that can actually become incredibly distracting and can suck you out of the experience. As a viewer, I'm someone that loves to really engage with the story, and I like to immerse myself in the worlds that are created. It's very hard in this series to do that because everything is a joke. Even the characters themselves, when something is supposed to be full of tension and stressful and lives depending on it, they will still make time to make jokes. And it sucks you out because you can't engage with these characters. They're not realistic characters. Yes, they have realistic qualities, they have personalities, but they're not realistic in the way that they're depicted. So I had a very tough time sitting through this entire series trying to keep myself engaged because there was no engagement to be had. I was struggling to figure out why I should finish the series, what had me invested, because not even the characters felt like they were invested, because as soon as there was a problem and they had the chance to solve it, the joke would come first and then they'd try to solve the problem. And so to even to the characters, they know the world is ending, they know that there's this massive virus, and it's still hard for them to get invested because they're too busy making these jokes. And like I said, the jokes are front and center, and that means even serious story beats, they don't feel serious or authentic because again, it's all about the humor, it's all about the jokes. There's quite a few scenes where I was honestly hoping they'd take a little bit more of a serious route, where they would really let the characters just experience the emotions they're supposed to be feeling, let them just understand the weight of what's happening, and then 3 seconds later it's another joke. So if you are looking for a comedy and all you're looking for is humor, then this series is for you. But if you're looking for anything deeper than just dry humor that will make you laugh every so often, then this isn't for you. And so at times, if you're going to have an entire series based around the humor, you want the humor to be absolutely incredible. And at times, I'm going to be 100% honest, to me, personally, majority of these jokes just didn't land. They felt so forced, they felt so rushed, and I wasn't enjoying it. By the end of the series, there was almost a sigh of relief because the series is finally finished. It's not, oh man, I wish there were more episodes because this was really funny. It's, oh, that's finished, finally, whew. So I'm not going to say that this is bad. It's shot very well. The performances, they do their job. But I really was just expecting more from a comedy series that's based around two doctors that basically become police officers. I was really expecting that because that's such a cool, exciting, interesting idea for a series. And I feel like the series just didn't deliver on that in terms of its humor. So I spoke a little bit about how the series is shot and everything. Honestly, it's shot really cool. But my favorite shot is actually the opening shot of the entire series. And it's just them falling through the sky, and it's very it's shot up close, and it's personal, and it's scary, and it's daunting. Like it kind of got really stressful. But that was the most emotion I felt watching the entire series, was just that opening scene. And then the rest was just jokes and comedy, and it lost me from there. I would talk a little bit more about the characters and their depth and the journeys they go through, but it really doesn't feel like they go through much. Yes, of course, there is development within the characters, but it's a really small amount, and they don't dive deep into these characters until the very final episode when we have Lola, and we go deep into her psyche and we try to discover past of her memories and everything that she suppressed because it was a really painful experience for her. So that was nice. We finally got some development for the character, but it's in the final episode. You've got to sit through 9 more before that happens, and she's only one of the 3 lead characters. And the thing is, oh my word, it's just, even the backstories for some of the other characters, it's just a joke. It's a joke, and so it really just suckers you up because you can't get invested in the series. Nothing in the series feels real. Look, there's many great series and movies and franchises out there that are comedy based and they tell jokes 24/7, but you can still get invested in them. I couldn't get invested in these characters. And I don't know if it's because of the performances or the directing or just because there was just an overabundance of jokes that didn't necessarily land. But it made the series really hard for me to invest in. And you know what, at the end of the day, maybe it's just not my type of comedy. Maybe it's not. Maybe you could find the series to be the funniest thing in the world. But to me, I was busy texting my friend and I was like, I'm on episode 2. I finally laughed. And because there was a really funny joke in episode 2. And so I laughed out loud. But the whole of the first episode, I just sat through like this. And then I grimaced maybe once. I was like, But when a show is based entirely off of comedy, you want there to be more than one laugh in the first 2 episodes. Look guys, I know I've been really hard on the show. I don't like to be really negative on my reviews. It's not bad. I think I'm painting the series in a very negative light, and it's not a bad series. I just couldn't get involved in it. I couldn't get involved with the story or the characters. I couldn't immerse myself in the world, and that is what led me to not being able to enjoy it. But I do think that this type of comedy will be for some people. Others might just get incredibly bored and turn it straight off. But at the end of the day, I knew there was no tension, nothing bad was going to happen because everything is just jokes. Even the big problems are solved by jokes. Everything's just one joke after another, after another, after another. So it's not even like you as the viewer can get invested in the series and go, oh, I wonder how they're going to do this. I wonder how they're going to do that. Because you know, even after the first episode, this is already what I was thinking. You know that they're going to solve the problem in a way that's so ludicrous and over the top and so dry in terms of its humor that it wouldn't happen in the real world. And so you knew the characters always had an out to every situation. I can just tell, I feel like this might be one of those movie reviews or series reviews I do where people in the comments tell me I don't appreciate what I'm watching, which is always bumming, but I really couldn't get invested in this series. And that's my honest opinion. But guys, thank you so much for watching this review. You guys are awesome. You're the best. And I hope to see you soon. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, leave this video a like, and comment whether you enjoyed this series or not. I really want to hear from you guys if you did, because I tried really hard and I struggled. So I want to know if there are people out there that really did have a genuinely good time with the series. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my reviews. You guys really are the best. I just want to tell you quickly about Happe Chappe. Now, for those of you that have been on my channel in the past, you know that him and we get along. He's got his own YouTube channel. But today I want to shout out his TikTok. Guys, seriously, if you enjoy Star Wars themed stuff, go across to Happe Chappe's TikTok. You will not be disappointed.